A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a dramatic escalation of tensions surrounding immigration enforcement in Los Angeles, President Donald Trump has ordered the deployment of 2,000 National Guard troops to the city. This decision comes in response to ongoing protests against U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE) actions, which have sparked clashes between demonstrators and federal agents. The situation has drawn national attention, with scenes of chaos unfolding in the streets of Paramount, California, just outside of downtown Los Angeles. The protests erupted over reports of continued immigration raids in the area, leading to confrontations between protesters and law enforcement. Video footage captured intense scenes, including massive fires burning in the streets and Border Patrol agents deploying tear gas into crowds. Protesters, many with covered faces and raised fists, condemned ICE and demanded an end to the deportations. California Governor Gavin Newsom has criticized the Trump administration's decision, labeling it as purposefully inflammatory. He expressed concern that the deployment of the National Guard would only exacerbate tensions rather than address the underlying issues. Newsom stated, "Everyone has the right to peacefully protest, but let me be clear, violence and destruction are unacceptable, and those responsible will be held accountable." The Trump administration, however, has characterized the protesters as violent mobs and emphasized the need for federal intervention to restore order. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt stated that the deployment aims to address what they perceive as lawlessness in the city. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth warned that the Pentagon is prepared to mobilize active-duty troops if violence continues. As the situation continues to unfold, Los Angeles braces for another night of potential unrest. The National Guard's presence is expected to be a significant show of force, marking the first deployment of troops to the city since the riots following the Rodney King incident in 1992. This historical context adds weight to the current events, highlighting the seriousness of the situation. The immigration crackdown is part of Trump's broader agenda to enforce stricter immigration policies and deport record numbers of undocumented individuals. The White House has set ambitious goals for ICE, aiming to arrest at least 3,000 migrants per day. However, this aggressive approach has led to legal challenges and concerns among residents, including those living in the country legally. In response to the protests, demonstrators have gathered outside federal detention centers, chanting for the release of detainees and expressing solidarity with those targeted by ICE. Some protesters have resorted to throwing rocks and bottles at law enforcement, leading to a volatile atmosphere. As federal and state leaders debate their next steps, the community remains divided on the appropriate course of action. While some residents support the protests as a means of voicing their dissent against immigration policies, others fear the implications of escalating violence and the potential for increased federal presence in the city. The deployment of the National Guard raises questions about the balance between maintaining public order and respecting the rights of citizens to protest. As tensions simmer, the nation watches closely to see how this situation unfolds and what it means for the future of immigration policy and community relations in Los Angeles. With both sides entrenched in their positions, the path forward remains uncertain. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.